All right, so guys, what we're going to be doing in tonight's training is I get a lot of requests, and probably almost every one of you probably asked me this yourself at some point or another, is how do I keep my team engaged? How do I get them engaged? How do I get them off to a great start? And what I want you to know is the most important thing that you do is that you start creating that relationship and those expectations at the Coco Chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you guys through a Coco Chat. Normally I give the person I'm doing a Coco Chat with no expectations, but this time she needs to say yes so I can train her. So Barb, you have to say yes in the end. But oh, I forgot something. Look what's behind me. It's our DCD Bravo tree. And so I forgot to make my announcement. I'll come back. So by the way, we are going to be having, starting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 Eastern, a DCD Angel Tree Booking Blitz. And it's what we're going to do is Mitch and I are going to make a donation of $2 for every party that anyone books into November, and $1 for any party booked into December. Now, guys, help me out. Make sure everyone knows this is new bookings. You're only going to put new bookings on the calendar, not things you already have. You'd be surprised at how many people, even established people last time, put all their parties. That's not a booking blitz. This is all about new. And then we're going to go shopping and fill the holiday wish or Christmas wish of some special child out there. But when we reach our goal of 100 new parties in either a combination of November, which we still have 11 days left, or 12 days actually left in November, and all of December new bookings, then I'm going to be, as you see here, each one of these has a place for me to put a name and a host on the back. I'll be stapling the money to the inside. We're going to have a lot of fun with this to cover the tree with money. And at the end, I'll put it all into a bucket, and I will draw one of the names off the DCD. I'll put it in a bucket. I'll draw one of the names with the money on it. And whoever's name is on the back will be your name and your host name. You guys will get $50 gift cards to go shop at your local Angel Tree to support a child. So I think we can have some fun with this. Do you guys think we can get behind that and really support it and get a lot of bookings for you and make a lot of children happy also at the same time?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Now, back to the training. So we want to get people engaged. So the first thing what we're going to do is I'm going to do the Coco Chat. It's not going to be a real abbreviated version. Then we'll take a break and we'll talk about what you heard, where expectations are starting to be set at the Coco Chat. And then from there, after we visit about that, we'll go into how you lead into the hostess coaching and then right into some initial training. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So Barb and I, we are at a party, let's say, and I've asked her if she can stay after with me and visit a little bit about the business because she asked a lot of great questions. She was really fun at the party, and she has a very busy schedule, and for us to try to get together at another time was going to be difficult. So she agreed. So we're going to jump into our role play now. So Barb, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes afterwards tonight. I promise I won't keep you late. I know you've got to get up early for work tomorrow morning. But I'm really glad that there were some things that you heard about DCD tonight that struck your interest and you're willing to invest a little time to learn more. So, Barb, before we get started, though, learning about DCD, I'm a real believer that our relationship going forward, if you choose to do this, is the most important thing. So I want to learn a little bit about you, so I don't just kind of give you a canned spiel, but that I actually learn about you and how this can meet your needs. So, Barb, just tell me a little bit about yourself. Married, children, work outside the home.
Yeah, I'm married. I actually work inside the home, and I watch my grandson and another little girl during the day. And I'm kind of looking for something more, something not to just be around kids all day. So maybe have some adult interaction.
I can understand that. What's your husband's name, Barb?
Bernie?
Barney. So if you were to do something like this, how do you think Barney would feel? Do you think he'd be supportive?
Yeah, he would. We've talked about it a little bit before, and he would. He thinks it would be good for me to have another. Have something outside the home, and then have make some more income to help with the bills and things.
Great. So, with that in mind, I know you're currently keeping the grandchildren and the other little girl, and so I'm sure you would want to work around that in the beginning. So, thinking of your schedule, Barb, and the time that you have, and things that you've already committed to, would you see yourself working, 5 to 10 hours a week, 10 to 15, to start, knowing that I know some weeks things have to change and that kind of thing, but where would you start?
Probably about 10 hours a week.
Okay. And Barb, if you had about $500 to $1,500 at the end of every month, what would you do with it? Would you shop? Would you pay bills? Would you travel? Would you remodel?
All of the above. Pay bills first and then shop.
Okay, so some of it would go towards paying bills. What's your favorite thing to shop for?
For my grandchildren.
I knew you were going to say that because I have a grandbaby also, so I can totally relate. So if I could show you how to make somewhere between $500 and $1,500 in just about 10 hours a week, would that be of interest to you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. And that would give you the more that you're looking for?
Yeah, I think so.
Great. Have you ever done anything in direct sales before, like Home Party Plan?
Yeah, I was in Creative Memories.
And was that a good experience or a bad?
No, it was pretty good. It was just a lot of stuff to lug around. It was pretty good. I didn't, get on any trips or anything. It seemed like you had to be kind of high up in the business to do that kind of thing. And, but it was okay. It was good. I enjoyed scrapbooking and showing other people how to do it. But, I didn't feel like I really got anywhere in that business.
Well, Barb, you'll be glad to know that we take actually really more new people on our trips. Every year it adds and adds and adds because we actually want to get our new people on our trips because we know if you're having fun and making money and taking trips, you're going to hang out with us for a long time. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, Barb, you did say you did have a good experience at Creative. What were the things that you did like about it?
Meeting people and, the money that I made. I got to spend it how I wanted it, and having my own, doing it on my own time.
Okay.
Like making my own schedule and not having to go into work every day and being on somebody else's time schedule.
Well, great. Well, you're going to enjoy all those same things at DCD and possibly, even more. Our comp plans are one of the very best in the industry, and not only do we make great income, but we have fabulous fun bonuses like Target gift cards. In fact, right now, the top 5 people to turn in an order at each day for, I can't remember, the next 10 days or something like that, they're going to get a $25 gift card on top of their profit. How fun is that going to be?
Wow, that's cool.
I know, so it's just going to be fun every day.
Yeah, that's great.
Wins. And we're going to, in this month, our chocolatiers, we're all earning these beautiful pashmina scarves for just holding 3 parties on top of our profit. And when we hold 5, we get this really cool DCD hoodie that says, "Follow me to a chocolate party." Can you imagine the top that's going to get? Yeah, it's really fun. So, well, Barb, as you can see here, I have some cards out. One says money, one says simple, one says time, one says support, and one says fun. Of those cards, which one of those words resonates with you the most?
The time one, I think.
Time, because of all the things that you have on your plate?
Yes.
Well, Barb, I want you to know that the beauty of this one is, like you mentioned earlier, just like you experienced at Creative Memories, is that you're going to be in charge of your time. However, a chocolate party is very simple. There's not a lot of packing, things to take with you. And quite honestly, there's way less to bring home because so many people have eaten it all and you don't have anything to pack up. Your display's been eaten and you get to go home. So that saves a lot of time. Also, you can prep for your parties in bulk. And an average party only takes about 2 hours. In fact, if you're there much longer, unless it's just a huge number of people, you've probably worn out your welcome. So in the 10 hours that you have, Barb, you could easily hold 2 parties a week. I always tell people to sketch out about 5 hours a week per party, an hour, hour and a half for preparation. And as you hold more and more parties, you'll find it takes less time because you'll prepare in bulk. Okay. About 2.5 hours for the party itself. And then about an hour to an hour and a half to put their order in and do follow-up and that type of thing. And the beauty with especially the schedule that you keep, these don't have to be consecutive hours. So while the babies are napping, you could put your orders in, on a Thursday afternoon after a Tuesday night party. If they take a morning nap, you could get up and make your follow-up calls one morning while they're napping or after they've left in the afternoon. So the time is yours, but with just you taking that 10 hours that you have and putting in 2 parties a week, that's going to give you 8 parties a month, Barb. And with our national average of $400 a party, do you realize you'd be selling $3,200 and you wouldn't be making our 25% profit. You would be making 25 plus 15 in bonus, 40%.
Wow.
That's right at $1,300 a month. And that's before you even start, building a team and helping others and that type of thing. So does that feel like a good and, a return on the time that you're investing?
Oh gosh, yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I only make like probably $5 an hour doing daycare. So.
Well, boy, we need to
that would be great,
don't we? Absolutely. And just think on how many cute, after you paid all those bills, how much fun you'd have shopping for those grandbabies, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Man, you might actually get to shop for yourself, son. That's a lot of money.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that would be amazing.
And in just that amount of time, I know you mentioned earlier that you never earned a trip when you were with Creative Memories. But do you know that the average chocolatier, a new chocolatier especially, that holds 2 parties a week in that time that you have, and recruits just 1 to 2 chocolatiers a month and helps them get started, is going to earn an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to Aruba?
Really?
Yes, and there's still plenty of time for you to get in on it.
Cool.
So you don't want
I'm definitely in on that.
Yes, isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah.
Of any of these other cards, simple or money or support or fun, is there anything else that you feel you need to know about before we, get you going and have some fun and get you to Aruba?
Support. What's that all about? I mean, is there good support in this business?
Well, hopefully you'll feel like you and I connected well already because I'm going to be your first contact, your first support system. But I have a really great manager, and her name's Rebecca Mason, and she is always there. If I'm not there, you can call her, and she has an upline. Her name is Laura. If Laura's not there, you can, call our field development manager. Her name is Cindy Wagner. And if you can't get her, you have field services. And if all else fails and it's the middle of the night, get on Facebook. Someone's always up, just trolling around out there, answering great questions. You would just be amazed.
Okay.
So that's kind of the one-on-one support we give you. But of course, you're going to have our website from training. You're going to have your chocolatier companion. There's recorded calls. There's live calls. I really believe you'll feel highly supported. And if ever you're not, I want you to pick up the phone immediately and call me because I don't want you to be discouraged and feel like, you're not making the money that you expected because I want you to be able to shop for those grandbabies and get those bills paid.
Okay. That sounds great.
Good. Anything else that you feel you need to know about, or does it feel like now's the time? We've got everything matched up. Let's get you started.
Yeah, no, I know about having fun. So
good. Well, that is awesome. So
okay.
Stop there. Okay. So if you have your, tablet with you, or you could go ahead, of course, and sign them up. If not, I would get a paper application filled out. I think that makes it feel more official. They feel like they've made that commitment. That way, if they've signed and they've given you your credit card number and all of that on that paper application, if someone on their way home goes, you're doing what? They are already committed. They're not talked out before they go home. Then you can get on the phone with them and you can help them enter it, whatever you want to do, enter it yourself, however you guys want to set that up. So now the next step is, I would say, do you have just a few more minutes? And I would hostess coach her launch. So I'd say to her, I'd take her through the hostess coaching. I'd say, in just a minute, I want to set the date for your launch party. But first thing I want to do, Barb, is not only hostess coach you so that you make a huge first profit, but also so you'll know how to hostess coach others so you can continue to make huge profits. So I'd take her through a hostess coaching. And I'm not going to do that tonight because I think most of you have experienced that with me, either Promote with Passion or a training call or something along the line. And then I would say to her, so Barb, I just have a couple of things before you leave. I brought you a calendar. Now, this is a calendar for about the next, 5 weeks. Today is Tuesday, what is today? The 18th, I believe. And
yep.
So the first thing that I want us to do on this calendar is I want us to pick a date. We'll get your kit should be shipped tomorrow or Thursday at the latest, and you'll probably have it by Saturday. So you can easily hold your launch party next week. Hey guys, we're gonna pretend it's not Thanksgiving week, okay? That just
okay.
Get it. Okay. So what day of the week is usually best for you, Barb, to have your party so you can start making money right away and earning those Aruba points and getting ready to go shopping?
I'm free on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right. How would Tuesday of next week be for you to get in on and go ahead and hold your launch? Would that be soon enough for you to start making money?
Well, sure, but you don't think that's too soon to invite people?
Oh, heavens no. I tell you what, I have found that the best parties are the ones that are closest. So if you call your friends and you say, hey, what are you doing Tuesday night? And they're gonna know whether they've got some. If you say, hey, what are you doing 3 weeks from Tuesday? They're gonna go, well, I don't know, So you're just having to re-invite them again. So we'll put you down. Now, I know
that makes sense.
Tonight. However, now that you've decided to be a chocolatier, I would love to invite you to go on some training with me. I would really highly recommend that because you're going to look at the business a little differently through chocolatier eyes now instead of guest eyes. And I have a party this Thursday night, and I have 2 on Saturday, one at 11 and one at 2. And then I also have one on Monday evening. Which of those dates would work best for you to get 1 to 2 training parties in before your party?
I think Saturday at 2.
Okay.
Maybe Monday.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. I will send you the information, or if you like, since we don't live too far apart, you can meet me at my house, and we could ride together. But I do have to leave right on time, so I'm not late.
Well, I better drive my own car then.
Okay. It's really important that you get there at least 15 minutes before the party begins. So you can see how I set up, how I interact with the guests. That all is part of it. And I would love maybe either Saturday afternoon and or Monday we could stop afterwards for a cup of coffee, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an observation sheet for you. So you won't really be a participant in the party. You'll be in training mode. You can print this out, or I'll bring one for you. It doesn't matter. And this worksheet has everything that you should kind of be looking for. And then afterwards, we can talk about anything that didn't make sense to you or you felt might be a struggle for you, because you'll have great notes since you've just been able to sit back and relax and watch the party.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then when it comes time to do orders, I'll just actually let you help me do the orders, so you'll know how to do them, and you'll notice things like my full service checkout and how we get the date set for parties and how I interact with my closing specials and that kind of thing. Does that sound good?
Oh, yeah, sounds great.
And then you'll all be set and ready to go. So just know everything we went over in hostess coaching, go ahead and get that started, okay?
Okay, great.
Now, the next thing you said is you'd like to do 2 parties a week. So if you're having your launch on Tuesday, what's another day of the week that you might want to hold a party next week?
Thursday or Friday, maybe.
Okay, so I'm going to put dollar signs on both Thursday and Friday, so you know those are openings. And does your schedule usually remain the same?
Pretty much so, yeah.
So are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday going to be your best party nights, or are you thinking about doing any weekend parties?
I can do weekends depending on what's going on in my family.
Okay.
If, I have a weekend open, then I can work that in.
Okay. So do you have a calendar with you where we can pick out your next parties, or do you need to do that when you get home? Let's at least get a couple of weeks out so you'll know what to offer your initial host.
I have a calendar. Yeah, we can look at that.
Okay, let's look at the week of, we've got next week. Let's look at the week of the 30th. How does that sound?
Okay, the 30th on Sunday.
Okay, do you want to pick out 2 or 3 days for that week?
Yeah, I can't ever do Wednesdays because it's a commitment at church, and then we could do Tuesday and Friday again.
Okay.
Oh, that Saturday I have open too.
Okay, great. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the way, something you don't even know about yet is you're going to get 8 $20 coupons. And your first 8 hosts in your first 45 days are going to get to redeem those coupons for an extra $20 in free product. So you're going to have a little extra to give them. So that's why we're going through here and picking out these dates, because we have a theory on my team. I mean, a motto: no coupon goes unused. Okay? So what about on the following week? What 2 or 3 days? Because I know you only want to do 2. However, you want some what I call insurance parties. That means extra parties in case something cancels. So you're still looking at that big income you're looking at.
Well, it looks like the 12th is National Cocoa Day. That might be a fun day to have a party.
Yeah, that should be really fun.
Okay, so I'll do that Friday. That's open. And I have the Sunday the 14th open.
Okay. And 2 more, and we'll have at least 8 dates picked out that you can work on filling.
What's that?
And the next week, if you pick out at least 2 more, we'll have 8 dates for you to work.
Okay. Then we can do Tuesday and Thursday of the following week.
Great. So everywhere you see a dollar sign, I'm going to send this calendar home with you. That means those are the days that you felt like you were open. So when you're working with your potential host, your friends, of course, you'll say, I can do evenings or weekend, which is best for you. And if they pick a weekend, then you give them one of your weekend dates. And you always give them your closest dates. So if they push them out any further, you're not going too far. But as you know, from tonight, the best parties are held, in the shortest amount of time. Also on this calendar, you'll notice that every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, there's what we call a quick start call. Remember I mentioned quick start when we were hostess coaching. That's going to be all the free stuff that you start to earn through your parties and your recruiting, so that you don't have to invest any of your money in the business. Because it's more fun to have your profit go into the bank for shopping and paying bills. Paying bills isn't as much fun, but anyway, got to do it right. Maybe something for yourself.
Right. That's
You're going to get on these calls. If forever you can't get on them, don't worry, we do record them. You can get on them more than once. They're every Tuesday and Thursday. So one week you'll have booking and recruiting, and the next week you'll have selling and hostess coaching. And then it repeats itself: booking, recruiting, selling, hostess coaching. You can listen to them as many times as you want, the recordings. And then I've got our team meeting on here. It's going to be on the 23rd, the 24th of Monday. And then we also, the 3rd Sunday night of the month, do a Sunday night get together Q&A call. So I've got that marked here with all the phone numbers. Okay.
So that is a lot of training. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, and remember, I know it's a lot, and you're independent. You get to choose how much you want to get in on. However, the more successful you can be usually depends on how much training that you
Right.
get, right?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's there for you. And I just wanted to make it really easy because I want you to know, because again, it's just so important to me that you get everything you want for your half price.
Okay.
Now, one other thing I hadn't even told you about yet is there's some more coupons in your kit.
Oh, really?
And absolutely. And so I want you to do that. So I want to set up a time to tell you about these great coupons. I know your kit was just $115, and you're going to go, okay, why do I have 3 coupons for $85? I paid $115. But you know what? Because you use those 3 coupons for each person you bring in your first 45 days with those 3 coupons, when they turn in their first party in 45 days, you're going to get a $100 bonus.
Wow, really?
Yes. So can you imagine? That's $300 extra in your pocket. And so I want to set up a time to just, review the website with you and tell you a little bit more about how you get those bonuses, because those coupons are really exciting. And so I know you don't want to miss out knowing about
Yes,
that.
they are. Okay. So, right, absolutely not.
Would you prefer we could talk either I have tomorrow evening open or Thursday morning? Which would be best for you?
Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? So
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
Okay. At 9:30?
9:30.
Okay. And also, if you'll have gone ahead and started on your list and inviting people for your party, I can answer any questions, or if you're running up against any objections, I'll be happy to do that with you.
Okay. Sounds great.
Sounds like we've got a great start here. All right, Barb. Well, thank you, and I'll look forward to talking to you on Thursday morning, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thanks again, Laurie.
Great. Okay, guys, couple things just so you'll know, and then we'll take questions and answers. That took 30 minutes. So at the most, hostess coaching in there would probably take about another 10. So that's 40 minutes that you've spent that hopefully you see the true value in, that of the expectations and the thoroughness. And it didn't take a long time. That was the Coco chat. We would have included the hostess coaching, and we would have also included that little bit of training to get her started. Now, I would hostess coach her bigger and better than probably anybody in the world, or as big and best as I possibly can, because not only am I wanting her to leave that party feeling like a true rock star and feeling successful, I also want her to see that as a training. And, I use the tic-tac-toe, and it'll be so fun because I can say, look, you've already got have a Coco chat box marked off. And here's what I do with new recruits. Because I give them the quick tic-tac-toe and I want them to have success, I want them to have 3 people there that they've never met, which means their friends have to bring friends. I would still award those gifts. It's worth it to be, since I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be out holding my own parties, to award that. So keep that in mind. I will work with her to set up her hostess portal. I'll even ask her to put me on every type of invitation. So if she does an Evite, or somebody told me about Red Stamp, or they do our hostess portal, I ask her to add me to everything so I can see when people are getting it, and I can help her in case I see word choices or a mistake. I'm there to support her. It doesn't take me any extra time because she's doing the work and she's learning. And then, of course, at my parties, I'm going to have her help me do orders. And if she has time, I'm going to have her help me input orders so that she knows how to do everything on her own by her first party. So, Barb, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to let you speak and say, how did it feel to be in the shoes of the person that was recruited and trained? What did you learn from that experience?
That was good. It didn't seem like a half an hour, first of all. And, I liked that you went ahead and set up 8 times that I could do my parties, because I don't usually do that with them. But that's a great idea because then that way they know exactly what's available. Um, you know, and I like that you went over the cards, the blue cards of, asking what, what was the things that is most important to me as a new chocolatier, and it was the training and the time.
Good.
So I like that you use those.
What did you see from an expectation standpoint, starting with the Cocoa Chat all the way through?
What you expected of me or what I expected?
How I set expectations for you as a new chocolatier to succeed.
Yeah, you put the dollars in the squares. That was good because it got me thinking about, the extra money, and, you kept talking about what I wanted to do with it. You asked me what I wanted to do with it, and then you kept, kind of reiterating that a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was you set enough expectations for me that I was engaged and, that I would be able to do those. And it wasn't as if, it was too much that I said, well, that's too much. I just can't do that, all that. You know what I mean?
Did you feel like you were looking forward to our next call, or was it an oh no?
Yeah, no, I felt like I was looking forward to, because that was one of the conversations. So yeah, that was and it didn't seem like you were putting any pressure on me or anything. So that was good.
Good. Somebody else, what were your learnings? What did you hear? How did you see the engagement?
I really liked the team motto of no coupons going unused. I haven't heard that one before, and I'm always telling them go use all your coupons or don't let those go to waste, but letting them know that that's kind of an expectation. That's what we all do.
Okay. Laura, what else? Anything else that you saw, or anyone else what were some of the key, I guess you would say, can't think of my word right now. Tactics, maybe is the right word, that engaged the new chocolatier, kept her engaged, and let her know that, there's expectations and that there's support, but, here's how you get to where you want to be. Anybody?
I like that you gave the tic-tac-toe. I don't usually give that to new recruits. I don't know if I said that already, because then that way, they kind of know what to do with the hostess.
Yeah, keep in mind, anything you want them to do, you need to do with them. So here's some things I want you to go back and think about as you're maybe watching the recording at another time or thinking about our call tonight, is think about how much Barb talked. I asked her a lot. I tried to end everything with a question. How does that sound to you? Will that meet your needs? Will that get you to shopping? Does that feel like a good return on your time invested? So I started that in the Cocoa Chat. That's called closing from the start. And that's a very effective way to recruit, because you're using only what you learned about them. You're staying very focused on them and their needs. And then the second thing is, then I used it as we set up the training, didn't I? I continued to use what I learned in the Cocoa Chat. I learned how many hours a week. So now if someone tells me they want, they have 10 hours and they want to hold 2 parties a week, I'm not just going to pick out one time on their calendar. That'd be like going to Target and them saying, well, we're going to give you 30 hours a week, but you know what? For the first 2, we're just going to put you down for 10. That's not what you agreed to. So don't sell them short. I was actually doing with Laura earlier today, and she picked up on that. This girl said she wanted to hold 2 a week, so she had a party on for this week, and she had one for next week, and I challenged her to put another party on for next week. She said she wanted to do 2. Then I challenged her to put 2 into December, because she says she wants to do 2 a week. So I'm not going to sell her short on what she's saying she wants. I'm going to
Right.
teach her how to get there. Not what I think she can achieve, because she can achieve whatever she wants. So, but the key is really, ladies, looking deep at what are they telling you they want and how are you meeting that need? And quite honestly, recruiting is no different than booking. Booking is finding out what they want and filling that need. Recruiting is finding out what they want and filling that need. Developing is finding out what people want and filling that need. Promoting leaders is finding out what they want, filling that need. It's one technique, but with just different outcomes and different needs at different levels. So here's the beauty of this is if you can book, you can recruit. If you can recruit, you can develop. If you can develop, you can promote leaders. Because you only have to know how to do one of them to be able to do all of them.
Okay.
So any last minute thoughts, questions, comments anybody would like to share? Learnings. Let's go around. Let's at least get one thing from each person if you can come off. Rebecca, we'll let you go first. What's something that you heard tonight, an aha or a learning or something that you got out of tonight's training?
Well, using the calendar and actually walking through them and filling it out, that's something I haven't done before, and that's brilliant.
Good. I'm glad you like that. Roxana.
I think the same thing. That calendar, I've never thought to do that, and that's awesome. But also the Tic Tac chocolate, giving it to the new recruit for them to, earn things also.
Right. Laura?
That you encompass the Coco Chat right into the training and also the hostess coaching. I tend to break those all into different sections, and I feel like I'm talking to them every day about little tiny things instead of connecting it.
Well, and keep in mind, Laura, the biggest frustration I hear is once they've gone, you can't get in touch with them, right?
Right.
It's hard to connect. All of that builds the excitement around because it kept going, and then it went from the party to the money and the excitement and the trips. So you've got their full attention right then, so use it as much as you can. They may not all be able to give you that much, but if you're meeting them live, a lot of times they can. And if you're doing this by phone, you can see we just did it by Zoom. You can do it by Zoom. You can do it by phone. Anything like that. That would be good because that way you can continue through. And if you do the hostess coaching right there after the Coco Chat, then all you got to do is pop the envelope in the mail to him the next morning if you're doing it by Zoom.
I like that you invited me on the to go to your parties right away and told me, that I had like a sheet to fill out and that would help me.
Right. So again, it created an expectation. Come to my parties and learn how to do yours. And it was an invitation. However, I said, the chocolatiers that succeed the most are the ones that are best trained. So which ones do you want to go to? And you actually chose two.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing. If you don't have your party calendar full, it's pretty embarrassing because what if they say, well, I want to watch you do one and you don't have one before their launch? So it's another reason why as a leader or above, your calendar needs to be full, no less than 2 to 3 a week. So you have training parties to take them on.
Mm-hmm.
Camille, I don't know if you come off. Camille had a minor surgery today, and she might be a little loopy. So, yep, she's loopy.
No, not too bad. I didn't hear as much as I wanted to, because quite frankly, because of the anesthesia, I almost forgot about the call. But the calendar, I did hear some of that, and I heard the Tic Tac chocolate, and those are really amazing. I'm going to use those.
Great. So setting the expectation. Now I have something concrete to follow up with Barb on. When we talk, every time I talk to her, how many calendars do you have? Have you put them on the team up calendar? I haven't seen your parties out there, and I know you wanted to do 2 a week. What's holding you back? What's standing in your way? Do you need to, is there a training piece missing? Find out, because, I can keep bringing up why she's doing the business. And it's personal. It's not me calling at the end of the month going, how many parties are you going to turn in? But at the
Right.
beginning of the month, when I'm talking to Barb, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Barb, you're so lucky because you already plan to hold 2 parties a week. That means you hold an average of 8 a month. You're going to automatically earn that pashima and a hoodie. You know, some people are struggling right now because they're not used to that. Aren't you glad you keep a full calendar? Another way to set expectations, right?
I love the fact that you told her to add you to her Evites. That's awesome. I've never even thought about that. That's cool. Because then you, like you said, you see what she's doing then.
Yeah, I know when they go out.
That's
Or if
cool.
they go out. So, good. Well, any last minute thoughts before we wrap up tonight? I'll be sending out this morning's recording and this one, so you'll get kind of the experience of both. Any other questions, comments?
Nope.
All right, then. Well, all right, everybody, no leader doesn't earn a pashima, right? It's just like no coupons don't go used, and same with the hoodie. We want everybody wearing those. Can't you see yourself all showing up around the pool in Vegas with your pashima like a wrap, or getting off the plane because it was chilly in there? You've got your DCD. It could be kind of chilly, you know, in Vegas. Follow me to a chocolate party, walking up and down the strip. It's going to be awesome. So, and don't forget, Angel Tree booking starts tomorrow. I went and I just got all our little ornaments. I'm so excited. I'm going to the bank in the morning, get a bunch of dollar bills. It's going to be fun. I've set up a Facebook event page. I've set up a new team up calendar. I'll be sending out late tonight or tomorrow morning the invitation for everyone to join, okay?
Okay.
Will that have all the details too, Lori?
Pardon?
Will that have an explanation as well with those invites?
You know, it's pretty detailed. In fact, it's probably a little overwhelming, but
No,
I tried to break it up with cute graphics. And I'm actually, another thing, by the way, that maybe hopefully will be a support. Tomorrow afternoon for an hour, I think it's from 1 to 2 Central, 2 to 3 Eastern. And then Thursday evening from 5:30 to 6:30 Central, 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern. I'm just going to do an open Zoom training. So I'll be here, and if anybody pops on and wants questions or quick ideas or help overcoming an objection, objection, I'll just be here. I'll just have the Zoom up. They have the links. They can log in anytime during that hour. Something I've never done before. What do you guys think? Does it sound like something that could be of a good support?
Yeah, I've done the open Zooms, and I have found them to be wonderful, even if it's just 1 or 2 people who get on them, and that person usually, you know, gets excited and motivated. So.
Well, absolutely. And I thought, well, if nothing else, I can be decorating the tree or, you know, stapling dollar bills, all kinds of stuff while we've got people coming.
Right.
All right. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
BRADIO. Bravo. Let's have a great holiday season. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Good night.
Bye.